Good morning and happy June 4th, which you know what that means, Curt?
It's a month away from July 4th, the 4th of July, Independence Day, your favorite.
What? Well, I mean, I do love celebrating America. I just can't believe it's like 1 month away until July 4th. I mean, I just feel like that's like a monumental time of the year. I don't know why.
Well, yeah,
Summer's
but
we're well into summer. We'll finally get some good weather in the Pacific Northwest because it's usually after 4th of July that happens.
that's what it does here, yes. And I always say about this time of year is that when we always say, I can't believe how fast the year is going by.
Seriously. It's Kurt and
Uh,
Jen in the Morning podcast. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. And if you'd like to support us even more, we'd appreciate a like, a follow, a subscribe. Anything that you can do, a share would be
mm-hmm.
awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
doesn't cost anything, at least not yet, and probably never. Can't promise that, but
Probably, maybe
probably never.
never.
So here's a boo-boo that happened yesterday, and I think other people can relate to this. Just before I left to go see my family in Florida, so a week ago Saturday,
Hmm.
I made sure that the one of my honey-do list things was make sure that the third garage bay was all cleaned and organized and ready to go because that's where we keep our extra freezer, for frozen
Right.
meats and stuff like that. And Dana's
Yeah.
like, I want to be able to get to that. Okay, I understand. So I did that. Um, but apparently in the process, I unplugged the freezer because today she's like, or yesterday she was like, "We go check and see what we got. There's some good meat out there." And I opened it, and of course, it's all drippy and gross.
Oh,
And yeah, so
everything is ruined.
that's like, of course, me, I'm like, well, it's only been a week. I'm kidding. Of course, but
Oh,
you know how she is about I mean, she gets like really high quality meat from either like
butcher box.
Five Marys or Butcher Box or whatever. So there's probably I'm going to say there's at least $500 worth of food in there that's going to go to waste, and I feel badly about that. But
Kurt.
I know. But we quickly moved to not. You know what? Accidents happen. It
It
was a
is what it
mistake. Got to
is.
move past it. So anyway, that's what the next couple of days is going to be is restocking because
Oh,
she likes to have. I wondered. So why do you have? She's like, well, I had some lobster bits in there, not bisque bits. I've had those in there for like a year or so. I was like, well, why do you have stuff in there for so long? It's like, I like to have a stocked freezer just in case. It's like, just in case what? Whatever. Yeah.
I
I
can
mean,
relate to that. I can
yeah.
relate.
So
Not
that
only
would
just in
be
case, but so you can throw together a dinner last minute.
right. So there was a
I'm
pork butt in
sorry.
there and all kinds of stuff. So we'll let you know. We're going to go actually empty it out today and check off all the things we're throwing away to be replaced. Yeah, I do feel badly about it too.
Mm,
So
I'm
but
sorry.
I have moved on. So there's just a heads up for people that maybe you're working and there. I mean, for you, if you accidentally unplug the freezer, make sure you plug it back in, right?
Before it's too late.
Before it's too late. So yeah, that was the fun thing from yesterday.
I want to
And
share
of course,
something that I
go
got.
ahead. Yeah. Oh, this is your show and tell. I want to see this too.
I love hand soap. Like Mrs. Meyer's especially is a brand I particularly like, and they always have seasonal flavors, I call
Right.
them, even though they're
Right.
scents. And I went to Target to buy a specific scent that they ended up not having. It was their seasonal daisy scent, which is I think one of their spring scents.
Okay.
But they didn't have daisy, and so I'm like, okay, well, I think I saw a lemonade scent that I really would like. And I didn't like it as much as I liked this one.
Fresh cut grass scent Myers hand soap with olive oil and aloe vera.
It smells so good.
Does
Like
it
fresh
smell
cut
just like
grass. How did they capture a fresh cut grass smell? Do they just grab fresh cut grass and shove it into like I don't even know what?
I don't know. I don't have the answer for that, but I do like the smell of fresh cut, mowed lawn.
Me
But
too.
do you want to have that on your hands or on your person all day?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Okay. So,
It was just my little thing that I was kind of excited about. It's the little things, My
well, where's
little
that going? Is that going in the powder room downstairs in the guest bathroom? Is that going upstairs?
I don't
Because
know.
next time I'm
Is this
over,
too
remind me to
aggressive?
try the hand soap.
Is this too aggressive for a powder room for the guests?
Aggressive?
Like an aggressive scent. You don't want it to be too.
Uh, I think it's
I'm gonna put it in the guest room or the guest
okay.
bathroom, the
Well, let
powder
me
for
ask you
the
this:
guests.
does the color green match the color pattern of the guest bathroom?
We don't have
Because
a
it's a
color pattern in there.
okay. All right. Good. All right. Next
I'm
time
gonna
I'm
do it.
over, I'm
I'm doing it.
gonna try the freshly mowed lawn soap. I'm glad you
Freshly
brought
cut
that up.
grass, Kurt.
Freshly cut grass. Okay.
Tell me
Um,
about this Cola Wars thing because in our generation, the Cola Wars was what was it? The blind taste test of Coca-Cola or Pepsi.
yes, yes. And so I hate when you say our generation, but it's true. So a chunk of the 20th century was spent. They actually did call it the Cola Wars between Coca-Cola and Pepsi. And Coke had
Yeah.
been the clear leader for decades and still is, as far as I know, with Pepsi always trying to get up there. Well, guess what? There is a new number two soft drink in America, and it's not Pepsi.
Let me guess what it is because I bet you it's my favorite ever, ever.
Okay, well, keep in mind, so Coke is still first.
Okay.
What is
Dr.
the
Pepper.
second? What's that?
Dr. Pepper is my favorite.
And it is the second most popular soft drink in America now.
It beat Pepsi?
Yeah, well, they have some reasons here. This
Tell
apparently
me.
is due to the steady decline of Pepsi over the past 20 years and also the increased popularity of Dr. Pepper, partially thanks to TikTok and Gen Z. I don't know how that was there a Pepsi challenge? I'm sorry, a Dr. Pepper challenge on TikTok that we missed?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm gonna write that down actually, and
Dr.
I'm gonna go
Pepper
look at it.
TikTok.
And I'm gonna
Did
ask my
you
kids.
know?
Actually, I don't need to research it. I can just research by asking my children.
There you go. Did you know that Dr. Pepper is one of the oldest soda brands? It's older than both Coke and Pepsi.
No, I did not.
1885. I
I
only know
love
this
these
because
fun
I looked it up.
facts.
Yeah. 1885, Charles Alderton, he was a pharmacist. Oh, there's always these pharmacists to come up with these things. Also operated a soda fountain, and his syrup concoction combined 23 flavors for Dr. Pepper, including cherry and vanilla, along with other fruits and spices. But I'm going to
Don't
take
like it.
I'm going to be the devil that pops up on your other shoulder saying how bad Dr. Pepper tastes.
Oh, I love it.
Ew.
Can I share with you though what soda that I'm trying to like? I'm not trying to like it. I'm experimenting with the different flavors because it's far less sugar.
What's that?
Have you heard of? I think it's called Olipop.
No, that sounds like a frozen popsicle. What is it?
No, it's good. I have them out in my freezer. I'd have to leave, or not freezer, my refrigerator out in the garage, so I'd have to leave too long to go get it. I'll bring it tomorrow.
Okay.
And
Well,
they have so many different kinds of flavors, and it's supposedly, I think, better for you if you're a health
we
nutritionist. Oh, ask your wife about it, will you?
we
Yeah.
drink pretty much strictly Spindrift, flavored carbonated.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is
that's better for you, probably.
our favorite. But with Olipop, all right, I
Yeah, will
will
you
find
ask her
out.
about it?
Hmm.
Kurt's
Will it
wife
help?
Dana is a nutritionist as well as a wicked smart scientist, so I'd be
Wicked smart.
interested to know.
Do you know if Olipops help you poop better?
Poop better? I don't know that. I don't know if there's like any prune juice in it or anything. I don't know. I
Next
will
time you're
look.
taking a road trip heading south, from here it's heading south. For most places, it's heading south and or west. Fun road trip. There's a new attraction that just opened in a small town. It's Williams, Arizona. It's right on Route 66. If you're taking Route 66, maybe you're heading to the Grand Canyon. So this is about 60 miles south of the Grand Canyon. They have opened the world's largest poop museum.
Come on. What?
That's what Williams, Arizona is going to be known for. Specifically, this is fossilized dinosaur poop at this poop museum. And the guy who opened it named it. Are you ready for this? You got it yet?
I don't.
POOseum, the POOseum.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Are you gonna go if you go to Arizona? Route 66, isn't that the famous route? They have a song about that?
Yes.
On
Super
Route
famous.
60.
Um,
Okay.
Let me tell you what the term for fossilized feces is,
Why?
because it's part of the story.
Oh,
Coprolite, which sounds like craprolite, but that's not it. Coprolite is what this museum specializes in. They've got about 8,000 pieces of fossilized poo in their collection, including the largest ever found, a 2-foot long beauty
a
that they think belonged
2 foot long
to,
poop log?
well, they think it belonged to a T-Rex, but after a long night of drinking and eating poorly, sometimes I think even you, Jen, have said, hey, I've had a 2-foot long poop.
I mean, I've had some long poops that have been
I've
impressive.
had
Like
some long
they've got
poops.
to go down into the drain area.
Hmm.
And I am impressed with myself when that happens.
Have you ever taken a photo to pass it along?
Yep.
All right.
Have
I
you?
think I have. It's got to be really impressive, though. And you can only share it with certain people that will get it.
Are we so gross? We've got to be normal. We're normal.
I'm
People
gonna
do that.
think
We know
this is
that
one of
you've
those
done that.
things.
You
Yeah,
listening or watching, we know you've done it.
they're like, I've never in my life taken a photo. If you're interested in the POOseum, it is free. All right, it doesn't cost you anything. So head through Williams, Arizona. And, I mean, there's always those, people joke about, oh, there's the biggest ball of twine over here, and this is the largest, hornet nest or whatever in the world. And so now you've got the biggest poop museum.
Who's a person that you could send your poop to? Dana? Would you send it to Dana?
I well, I thought we were past that, but okay. I thought we moved on.
I just want to know who your poop sending. I mean, I think that's important. Who in your contacts is your poop contact person?
You know what? I think it'd probably be one of my best friends, Jay, who would get it. I would only send it to Dane if I thought, does this look bad to you? Because like you were saying a couple of days ago, that it's important to look at that stuff and keep like, oh, this is bad, or this means I'm healthy, or this means
If
I'm
there's
not so
sparkles
healthy.
in the poop at the museum, I might go.
Okay, the sparkly poop from
Okay,
yesterday. You
so
got
Jay is your person that you're sending your poop to. That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I
Can I
suppose
can
he
you
would
be
pick.
one of my people? Can I send you
Yeah,
some
you
poop?
can send me your cheese, Jen. I wonder how many people we've lost. The listeners and viewers like, I'm done with this.
I know some of my friends are listening. You let me know if I can send you pictures of my poop when it's impressive.
That's somebody's fetish out there, right?
Oh,
Pictures of
don't.
food. All
Okay.
right, let's go to what's going on here locally.
The weather's been nuts though. I was up in Cedro,
Mhm,
yesterday,
right.
helping Pat with the house, and there were again torrential downpours. Torrential, like Curt, rain like
Hmm.
I've never seen in this area in a very, very long time. And
Right.
then it would stop and the sun would come out and then it would happen again. We were on his
Well,
property and we were walking around and we were under some trees and then we walked
mhm.
away. And as soon as we walked away, branches crashed down where we were standing.
That's one of those scenes you see from like a movie, like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. You
Right.
got missed though. Well, been the big thing. We didn't get so Cedro Woolley's, what do we say, about 50 miles north of here,
Yeah, I think
give or
so.
take.
Yeah.
What happened here, like at my place, was we got a little bit of rain, but mostly it was just the high winds and trees are down. Do you know that because of those winds, they had to there were two cruise ships that were coming into Seattle that were going to dock in Elliott Bay. I'm sorry, they actually did not make it into where they needed to go to because of the high winds. They had to anchor in Elliott Bay for hours, and then I guess tugboats came along to assist them. But yeah, those are the big cruise ships were affected by the
Wow.
winds as well. It was a lot.
It was crazy
The
weather. It was the atmospheric river storms,
river.
right?
Right. And you've seen it behind my house. There's a lot of mature trees back there that if they fall the wrong way, or some people say the right way, it's going to crash you right into the house. I don't need that.
Kurt, should you be taking down some of those trees? I hate to take down trees. I hate to even say that, but
We had some a couple years back that were dangerously leaning, and those we were able to take down. But the other trees back there aren't on our property. That's county or city land,
wow.
county land. So I guess we can't do anything about it. But we'll call the county and say, hey, do you know who I think I am? Start with that, right? No.
Yeah. Why don't you try that and see how far it gets you? Because I bet it
I
gets you
have a
this far.
podcast now.
Zero forward far.
Snohomish County. I have a podcast with my friend Jen. You better watch it.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Jen, not
We
even
have Pat and I play this game. We've only
Mhm,
been dating a year and a half, but we're making it an annual thing. And here's why. My friend Stacy, one of my best friends who passed away a couple years ago, she would always
mhm,
tell me that her family would play the license plate game
right.
between Memorial Day weekend and Labor Day weekend. They all download this certain app. In this case, I'm going to show you. This, I don't know if you can see it. It's probably hard to see. I don't think you
Yeah,
can.
the lighting is goofy. I can't see
It's
it.
called Plate Spot. PL the number 8 and then spot, Plate Spot. Um and it's this game. I have 12. Pat has 12. You claim different license plates as you see them when you're driving along wherever you're going. And at the end of Labor Day weekend, whoever has the most gets bragging rights that they won the
Well,
game.
what's the criteria for the license plate? Just any license plate you see, or does it have to be different states or what?
No, it's different states. So you try to get the 52 states.
Oh, okay.
So like right now I have Alaska, New Jersey, Washington, California, Illinois, Idaho, blah, 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 right?
All
There's
right.
some amateur hour ones that I don't have on here. I feel like I should have Montana and Wyoming.
Do you have Oregon, did you say?
Yeah, I have Oregon.
Okay. Yeah, Montana and Wyoming, you do see quite a bit up here.
So that's the game. And I invite other people to play it. It's kind of fun because so we were driving home from Cedro last night and
Mhm.
we both see a license plate. Like we you could notice that we're kind of both. I can look over because I'm the passenger more than he can, right? And then I look over at him to see if he saw it, and he looks at me and I'm like, "Did you see it?" He's like, "I did not see it.
Oh,
I'm driving." And I'm like, "Well, I did. I'm gonna mark off Wisconsin."
if you both see it, can you both claim it? I guess so, huh?
Yeah, because it's your own game. But he was ahead. I creamed him last year because I was driving into Seattle every
Mhm.
weekday.
Mhm.
And now he's driving more than I am. Uh,
Do you
but I'm
what
like,
is
I'm gonna go out on a drive, maybe to the airport or something. I don't know. And look around.
you should put some money on it. Is what's the prize?
I know. I was just thinking that when I told you it was bragging rights. I'll talk to him. We'll come up with something. But it is a
Okay.
fun game with your family to play to kind of everybody check in. It's kind of like that connection, like how many license, like doing a little check in the every week. How many license plates do you have claimed so far?
Okay. And one more time, spell out
You
the
know what? I was
app.
spelling it out on the app. It's called Plate Spot. That's what it's called. It's a free app, and I just have it under my little games. I wish I
So
could show
it's
you.
but
It's
then it's PL8S.
this one. Yeah, the app is like blue and white and gray, and it's spelled PL the number 8 and then SPOT.
Plate
But
spot.
it
Okay.
actually the game is called spelled out correctly, Plate Spot.
Got it. All right. I'm
Fun
in.
one. Are you in? You
I
and
know
Dana? Will you guys do it, you think?
you've got a big head start on us already, but yeah, I
No,
can
it's
catch
not
up.
against us. It's just against you and Dana. You just decide, okay, we're just gonna do
Oh,
this
okay.
one little thing.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not
I thought
against us. You get a few people that you're like, yeah, let's play this. This could be fun. If you're
I
doing a
like
big
it.
long road trip, great one.
Perfect. Plate spot.
You could work
Um,
together too.
here's something that you found, and I think that this is great to
I
talk
did
about
find
too. This
this.
was things. This is from a nurse, okay, a mom who is also a pediatric operating room nurse, and she posted some things that she would never let her kids do because they're just too risky, and also she's seen too many
That's
accidents,
what
too
I
much
was gonna
fallout
say.
from some of these things.
This is why I feel like it's even more legit because this is a person that sees these things come up time and time again in the freaking emergency or operating room.
Right.
So
So,
here's what they are. And
um,
this actually like if you're a parent, I mean if you're just a human and you read something and it like really strikes your heart, it's like, "Oh my God." This
mhm.
first one, she's never going to let her children go to a sleepover unless she knows every single person there because
Mhm.
seeing too many cases of abuse and wouldn't risk it. And
Yeah, which is a sad thing, but that is totally reasonable.
I just,
Know every
it's in the
person
back of
there.
my mind sometimes like, oh my gosh, I hope no one harms my child. But that is a thing that you have to be aware of.
Mhm.
There was, let me just tell you a story. It wasn't like a direct relation, but it's like a friend of a friend of a friend or something that this story was passed down. Let her
Okay.
kid go to, oh, I think it was like Ocean Shores or something with her friend's mom and dad, or maybe it was her mom and her mom's boyfriend or something. And the boyfriend or whoever the dad, whoever the male person was in this whole thing
Mhm.
was a human sex trafficker. And so she did not, I can't even remember how the story ended, but it wasn't a good situation.
Jeez.
I
All right.
know,
Yep. That's the
right?
world we live in, unfortunately. But that would be, but usually, I mean, typically you're going to know most of the people. I understand that, but you're usually friends with most of Macy's friends'
Yes.
parents and stuff like that, right? At least you know them. So that's a great start. But yeah, I never thought about that for a sleepover that, hey, make sure you know everybody there.
Yeah. Okay.
How about
Some of the other ones, yeah, some of the other ones, right?
going swimming unless the mom is there. She doesn't trust anyone else to keep an eye on her younger kids because the stakes are just too high. That's another good one.
Did you already mention ride in a car without a seatbelt, even for just a few minutes?
I didn't know people did that. I guess I just always thought people buckled up. But yeah,
You
that's
know what? I always buckle up, but I'm buckling up like as I'm driving out. And that's a reminder that I need to be a better example and buckle up before I put
mhm.
that car in drive.
Well, because she's an operating room nurse, she has seen crashes where one kid was buckled up and another one wasn't. And I'm sure, the one that wasn't ended up worse in that situation. She, as a nurse, said she would never let her kids use explosive fireworks.
Pat, who is my hot firefighter boyfriend,
Mhm.
actually tries to take 4th of July off because he doesn't like to go to all of the calls that are injury related on the 4th of
Jeez.
July. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's these, the whole go swimming, don't use fireworks. This last one, sitting on a riding mower, that I'm about to describe, those are really important as we head into the summer season. Like,
Hmm.
be mindful about what your kids are doing,
Even
right?
riding on your dad's lap on a rider mower, they're like, that's not because my dad, we used to have our first house in Cincinnati, so this is way, way back. It had or to cover all of it. And there was a pretty steep hill. And one time he was going up and thing just went whoop, and tipped over backward. I mean, he was young and strong, so he just put his legs up and was able to push it out of the way, but it
Oh,
actually tipped over.
oh my
And it can
gosh.
happen even if you're doing everything right. So that's a good one as well. And there's others I'm sure that she has,
Yeah,
but
she's saying it makes for a cute photo, the whole lawnmower riding thing, but it's not worth the serious injuries that happen when something goes wrong.
mhm. I like
So,
that. And that's another thing that it ends with. She's seen serious life altering injuries. That's a big deal. And when it alters the child's life for the rest of their life. So just good things to know. And from a nurse who has seen it all, I'm sure.
yeah.
Good things to pass along. As you mentioned, summer is coming, so keep that in mind.
Speaking of summer, well, first of all,
Oh
I'm going
yeah.
to tell you this. Kurt and I are remote, again, not in the same location because I overslept. Because last night, my roommate Jackie made this amazing pulled pork taco dinner and
Okay.
also served her very famous old fashions, which is not like any old fashioned. I would never order an old fashioned from a restaurant, but she uses like this brown sugar simple syrup oh my God, the whole thing is delicious. And I might have drank 1.5 of them that, like, ugh.
Was that a half too many, or was that one and a half too many?
Well, it's never too many because they're so delicious. But I also
Would
had
you?
yummy dessert, which was chocolate crusted Oreo crust with espresso cheesecake on the top of it with Bailey's and Kahlua whipped cream.
Okay, stop it. That is plenty, plenty delicious. Would you have drank her famous old fashions if they had a bug in it? A
No,
bug.
that's what I was getting to. The hot summer drink is a shot of booze with a what in it?
Cicada. Now, let me just jump in here real quick. Whenever they put this as the hot summer drink, I kind of go, who says it's the hot summer drink? However, here's the deal. And we don't have the problem with cicadas in the Pacific Northwest. But when I was,
Thank
living in
goodness.
Detroit in the Midwest, I mean, have you seen these things? I mean, they come in such massive numbers that when they kick it, when they die, they're just, I mean, the ground is just coated with these things. You're
Are they like
walking around and
cockroaches?
no, they fly around and I don't know what they do. I don't know what purpose they serve, but they are here by the bajillions and they make that weird noise. And yeah, so when I was working in radio in Detroit and the cicadas would come every now and again, yeah, I mean, there's no getting around it. You try to sweep them up with a broom, but you'd just be crunching, crunching. I know it's disgusting, isn't it?
It
So
really
that
is.
being said, it's not really about the actual cicadas. It's about the hot new drink. That's a shot with a dead cicada in it. And this
Gross.
is
I'm
in
looking up an image of
Chicago.
a cicada.
Well,
Oh my
okay, you
God,
look at
they're ugly.
yes. It's not so much that they're ugly either, is that they're here by the millions, or there rather. So in Chicago, there's
Oh,
this place called Noon Whistle Brewing. It's serving cicada infused shots. Um, it's a Chicago. Now I don't know this drink. It looks like it's Malort, Malort. Have you heard of that? Malort. I'm sorry to sound uneducated about this, but they take this Malort or whatever it is. It's a wormwood liqueur that's been compared to citrus flavored gasoline. That's actually before there's a cicada in it. It doesn't sound very good to start with, right? So you take this liqueur or whatever, and they dump a bunch of dead cicadas in the bottle. So they're infused with all that Malorty goodness. Each little, I don't know if people pop the cicadas out and just eat them. I don't, it's just, that sounds disgusting.
would you
So
do it? So you would not take the shot?
no, it says what it says it tastes like, by the way. They claim the natural flavors of this drink with the cicadas in it tastes like it's reminiscent of succulent lobster. I've never had a shot of booze that tasted like lobster before. I don't know if that would be good to even start with, but when you look at it, and you can see the dang bug floating in there. Can we put up there'll be a link, by the way, if you want to
Oh, the
see a
picture.
photo.
I don't know. Yeah, well, I'll try to put it on our Facebook page.
Okay.
You're talking about the picture that you sent me of the drink.
Yeah, there's literally a picture of a shot glass with
Uh,
it looks like a bug is floating in it. There you go. Now you can see it if you're
If
watching
you're
on Jen's.
watching on YouTube,
If
it's
they brought that
so.
to you at any restaurant, you'd be like, I'm sending this back. There's a bug in my drink.
Or Curt, you know what I would do? I'd gag. Like,
Yes, you would.
there's no way I would ever. I'm a shot girl. Like, I love shots. Shot, 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 shot.
I'm
Not
a
that.
shot girl. Well, then I think you owe it to yourself to try this one.
No way.
Except you'd have to go to Chicago.
You just told me the flavors compared to citrus flavored gasoline, and that's before they put the bug in it.
But then after the bug is in it is when it is reminiscent of succulent lobster. You like lobster.
No, I like crab. I do not like. I don't love lobster.
So there you go. That is apparently the
Now you know.
hot summer drink, and I don't know who determines what's hot and what's not. But there you go. If you look up the cicada, it's Noon Whistle Brewing is the place. So if you're planning a business trip to Chicago,
I'm
or
interested. No way. No one's gonna look it up. No way.
I
Don't do
bet
it.
people are right now.
What does it what happens to that bug in your digestive system? I bet it doesn't even get digested. It's like corn. We're talking, let's bring it back to what we started talking about earlier in the show, the poop.
Well, remember when they started serving at Team? I think it was still Safeco Field. Maybe it was when it became
The
T-Mobile Park. But
grasshoppers and stuff.
yeah, the fried grasshoppers.
I
Yeah,
didn't do that.
you didn't do that either.
And talk about if you're checking out to see if your poop's healthy and then there's a bug floating in the toilet afterwards, I would be concerned.
I think
I'd
you can
call a
digest a
doctor.
bug. People eat all kinds of bugs. I don't, but crickets and whatnot. You know, I thought
Okay,
you'd like to experiment with different foods, and now it turns out you're a big chicken.
I am a chicken. All right,
When it comes to bugs
tomorrow.
floating in my
Here's
drink.
what we're talking about tomorrow. Fill
Oh,
in the
that's
blank.
fun.
I got
Yes.
divorced, which we both fit into this category. I
Hmm.
got divorced, and now someone else is using my blank.
Blank. Hmm.
I got some good ones.
Yeah. There was actually, and we thanked was I think Laura, she emailed us and she was like, how about this? I got divorced and now somebody's using, and she said what it was. We're not going to say it, but thank you for the idea on that. I got divorced and now someone is using my blank.
Do you have something?
Gosh, I got divorced in 1997. Someone was using my house.
That's my answer. My dream
Oh,
that I built.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's an obvious one, but I think maybe something more specific, like, oh man, someone's using my riding mower or whatever, or something that was really special to you. Someone's using my, big screen TV or whatever it is. I don't know.
That's what we'll post that, and you can comment on it if you have some
Hmm.
experience with being divorced and someone else using your stuff.
Yeah, that's again the
Anytime.
line. I got divorced and now someone is using my blank. Can you believe it?
All
Oh,
right.
the nerve.
Have a great rest of your day. Thank you again for listening. Make good choices, find joy, and spread kindness.